Raising children is generally realized as being a difficult and involved responsibility for any parent to contend with. Keeping track of kids at all times to avoid abductions and simply keeping them safe at all times is increasingly more difficult as threats and dangers increase and stories of harm continue to grow in popularity. Anyone dealing with this concern should know the most successful methods for tracking your children in an attempt to ensure threats and concerns are successfully avoided. Tracking children is simply defined as being aware of where they are at all times. Most parents are overwhelmed with this responsibility when attempting to be assured they are given access to the most helpful forms of advice and processes in avoiding the threats that go along with losing sight of their kids. Implementing various suggestions and processes is actually quite difficult for many parents to complete. Consumers focused on this process in most major markets have plenty of viable options in which to consider. People are often overwhelmed with all that is available while making sure any methods or technologies considered are the most effective to weigh in. Concentrating on several key factors is quite useful in making a wise choice. Understanding what options are actually available is one of the most initial steps in this process. Many parents are not quite clear about what is actually utilized by others and what has proven to be successfully in avoiding losing tags on kids in different situations. Researching what has been proven to work and is easy to implement generally leads to the best solutions. Simply remaining aware of where children are at all times is an additional source of effectiveness in this process. Many parents discover that losing their kids is largely based on their inability to remain alert and in the know while turning away for just a few seconds. Holding hands or simply watching the child at all times avoids those split-second issues that are known to occur. Establishing and discussing rules that must be followed is also quite useful in this process. Rules are closely followed by children when they are repeatedly mentioned and fully understood, which should always be inclusive of where they are able to go and do while away from their parents. Creating rewards for following rules while being assured they are continually discussed is useful in avoiding major challenges. Parents are able to download mobile applications on the phones of their kids. Many applications are designed to make sure that kids are tracked when using their devices, which are able to be monitored on the phone used by their parents. Many apps are free to download and are highly effective when utilized. Tracking your children is performed by using specialized devices for alerts and tracking. Backpacks and other child-related items are now available that offer consumers the option to know where their kids are at all times. Specialized alarms are also available to create attention to the child in the event of being abducted or lost.